first time I come out, it's 2007. I'm 14 and I'm terrified. I don't think of it in such official terms as coming out because, oh my. I don't think of it in such official terms as coming out because I don't think of myself as gay. I did daydream about one girl for nearly a full year, and sure, my wedding vows to her were pretty much solidified by this time, but I'm not gay. You might be thinking, Wendy, liking girls and daydreaming about your wedding vows is pretty gay. But in baby Wendy's defense, I have never been aware that had met a gay person at this point. I'm in my aunt's living room talking about boys with my cousin Andrea, whispering and giggling about the magical mystery of the male species. Andrea is 12 and she has a crush on a boy. I'm trying to put myself in her position. I ask for an insane amount of details about this boy she likes. Like, I ask a creepy amount of details about this boy she likes. I still remember the things she says about him with astounding clarity. He's 15, he's on the crew team, he has bright blue eyes and dark hair, he's a musician and plays baseball. I keep thinking, what the hell is the big deal? We're 14, so what if he has abs? Is that really supposed to matter to us? Hilarious, considering I'd recently forced myself into gawking about similar traits of my best friend's older brother. Tall, thin, dark hair, light eyes, smart, pretty. Pretty. Handsome? Pretty. Pretty. But they're nothing like Kira. I'd met Kira at summer camp that same year. She's 12, has dirty blonde hair always hidden underneath a bucket cap, moss green eyes, and I am completely obsessed with her. I think I'm obsessive about trying to care about boys, trying to love them by accident like all the girls I know seem to, but I have no idea how hard Hurricane Kira would rock my poor, suspecting young world. I love her. The way I love her is the same obsessive, observant way I thought I loved boy after boy I inflicted myself on. But the difference is that Kira is obsessed with me back. There's no one who elevates me, captivates me, puts a spell on me the way that Kira does. So when the conversation eventually switches from Andrea to me, so Wendy, who's the boy that you have a crush on? I say, her name is Kira. Andrea smiles, doesn't miss a beat, and says, tell me about her. What's she like? I didn't expect this. I tell my cousin about the girl I like. The second time I come out won't be until years later, but not before the 8th grade when a rumor goes around that I have feelings for my best friend, and everyone calls me a dyke. It pushes me that much further into the closet because I'm so love-starved, so hungry for approval. It makes me terrified of myself and my sexuality because gay equals hated. Gay equals outcast. I can't be hated even though I am. I can't be an outcast even though I am. I will take that word with me into all my future relationships. Dyke. Wendy the Dyke. Windyke, if you will. When I'm 16, my first and only boyfriend gives me an opportunity to come out when he asks me what my sexuality is a week into our relationship. I'm panicking. Can Adam tell something about me that I don't know about me? Did he notice the way my eyes got stuck on my best friend an hour ago? The way her golden curls caught in the light? He must have. He knows. I'm straight, I yell, chuckling madly. His eyes widen at my insistence, the horror clear in my voice that he even dare imply otherwise. Yep, as heterosexual as they come. Straight as the day is long. Okay. Well, I'm bisexual, and shit, now he thinks I'm homophobic. Less than ideal. I can't decide which is worse, him thinking I'm gay, or him thinking I could possibly hate him for being so. I have no reason he'll expect to hate me for the way I feel about Kira, the way I felt about my best friend whose hair shines in the light. But I don't tell him I like girls. I hope more than anything that I'll be able to love him the way I loved Kira. The conversation shifts to celebrity crushes. His is Tom Cruise. Mine escapes me now because I definitely named a man, which was definitely wrong. We never discussed labels outright again, and I'm grateful. The first time I kiss a girl, I'm 18, it's 2011, and I'm flying. Kira lost the bucket hat, and her dirty blonde curls are dyed hot pink. She matches my cheeks. She matches my bruised and bloody heart. We're alone in a friend's room, sitting in the dark, and we are close. Closer than I ever thought I'd be allowed to get to a girl. She's kissed girls before, so she tells me we'll take it at my pace, whatever pace I decide that is. I'm not used to this. My first boyfriend said the same thing at first, but after I kissed him, he expected more. He took more. The dark makes me brave, but someone could walk in and they'd see us. They'd know. We've been in our friend's bedroom for over an hour, and she keeps saying that we don't have to kiss. But the thing is, I want to. I want to kiss her far more than I ever did Adam. So I gather up all my courage and I press my mouth to hers. It's every bit as fucking wonderful as I expected it to be. It's fireworks, it's music swelling, it's bruising and bright and incredible. The bray of my heart is so loud, I'm afraid Kira will hear it. I'm afraid everyone at the party will hear it. I'm afraid everyone in the world will hear it. We don't do more than kiss in that dark room, but we don't need to. It's all I want, all I need. I don't even fully come out to my first girlfriend, Bailey, at least not all the way. It's 2012, I'm 19, and I'm falling in love. I don't know the right word for my sexuality yet, have learned to internalize the homophobia ever present in our society that teaches us lesbian is a dirty word, and I'm not dirty. The love I have for Bailey, it couldn't possibly be dirty. It's too vast, too wide, too beautiful to ever do anything other than shine. Luckily, she doesn't press me for a word. She knows I love her, and that's enough. The first time I truly admit to being gay is to my dad. I'm 19, and I tell him that the friend coming to stay with us for a week from Wisconsin is actually my girlfriend, Bailey. I don't want to have to hide away in my own house, but he doesn't seem to agree. So this means you hate me now. You're a man-hating lesbian now. What I want to say, now? What I do say, Dad, I want to be loved by you far more than I could ever hate you. No, I am not a man-hating lesbian. I love you. I'm sorry. I have to apologize for falling in love, even though it doesn't feel like something I should ever have to apologize for. He responds in a spiral, not even hearing what I'm saying. You can go. I'll give you the money and you can go. Leave, get out. You can't stay here. I can't be in the same house as a daughter who hates me. I start crying. I'm horrified. I never expected this. I feel like I should have expected this. Maybe I'd been coddled by my cousin, my ex-boyfriend, my friends. I feel like a fool. I should have expected nothing less than hatred. And then my mom comes out of her room, clip-clopping down the hallway in her Birkenstocks. What's going on? What's with all the yelling? Wendy is gay. She has to go. I turn to my mom, terrified and expecting more of the same. She looks disgusted. My heart stops. Rich, she says in a slow threat, filling up her 5'1" stature to the brim. You would leave before she does. Holy shit. Thank you, Mom. I learned in high school from the first gay person I ever know that hiding is the safest thing to do. My father's reaction reinforces that belief. I'm taught that hiding oneself and one's history from the world at large is necessary for survival, but to make genuine connection, I have to strive beyond that. It's in my nature to share and be part of the whole, just like everyone else, but all my nurture points to secrecy. I hope who I become, informed by nature and nurture, is a middle ground. My dad's initial reaction to my coming out teaches me that I don't need his or anyone else's approval to accept myself. My mom's fearless love teaches me that I deserve to be protected by the people who love me. My mom already knew that I was gay, but it didn't matter. She loved me with an equal ferocity that I take with me into all my future relationships. My dad had prior experiences that I didn't know about at the time, and they informed his fear. And by accepting him for who he is, I learned to accept myself for who I am. A few years later, my father apologizes. Wendy, he says, I'm sorry I ever said those horrible things to you. You didn't deserve that. I love you no matter what, and I wish I had said that back then. I believe him, and I forgive him. I'm not angry anymore. We're good, my dad and me. Every day, he tries to be better than the man he was yesterday. When I finally come out to myself, I'm 25, and I'm no longer terrified. It isn't some loud, booming moment, no real life-changing event. I'm just finally able to look at myself in the mirror and not want to cry when I say, I'm a lesbian, and I love myself for it. The first time I fall in love with a woman is years after the first time I'm aware of my love for a woman, is years after the first time I admit to anyone that I love a woman, is years after the first time I admit to myself that I like women. Coming out is endless. There is no last time. Me standing up here with all of you now is the last time, and tomorrow when I meet someone new will be the last time, and the next day will be the last, and the next, and the next. That isn't daunting and terrifying like it used to be. I'm not worried about coming out tomorrow. I've made today a good temporary ending to my story. Thank you.